Ladies and gentlemen of the chess world, if you are watching this video with the hope of getting better at chess, then you're in luck. I have a very special video today for you. Came about when I was conversing with a friend on chess.com, and I had the idea of going over some of his games because he is in the top 5%, if not higher, of the best chess players right now on chess.com. He is currently over 1900 for Rapid on chess.com, and I thought it would be fun to kind of break down some of his games. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be showing you a couple of his games, and I hope, Spencer, if you're watching these, I hope you enjoy. I hope I do a good job of breaking down the games. The first game that I'm going to be showing you is a game that he played in early May, I believe. And he's playing with the black pieces, so let me flip this board. And I'm just excited for this video. Hope you all are too. I think we can definitely learn something from these games because I'm almost 1100 on chess.com, so I'm definitely not this high rated, but you know, people of all ratings I think can learn from games like this. But anyway, his I really like his profile picture. If you don't know what that is, it is the I don't know if it's a star or a planet. It's called Gargantua. It's from the movie Interstellar. Very good movie. I recommend it very much. But anyway, this first game is the game that he recommended to me. So here we go. Again, he is a Rapid enthusiast. So that's his highest rating, like by far, on chess.com. So here we go. E4. His opponent plays e4. We have d5, Scandinavian, takes, knight to c3. This is all mainline stuff. And his opponent goes h3. I've never really seen this. Knight to f6, and now knight to f3, and bishop to f5. This knight to f6, bishop f5 thing, I think, is probably one of the best ways to play. I actually, it's kind of funny, I haven't even talked to him about this, but this is actually the exact way I play as well. For a while, I would, play different things. I would pin the knight on f3, different things, but I've actually started playing this exact way after I watched Gotham Chess video on this opening, so, because he plays this same way. We have a4, so his opponent is kind of playing in a weird way, and now we have c6. So the point is just to make a little, safe place for the queen there to go back to. Now bishop to e2, white is just wanting to castle, and now e6, and we bring the dark square bishop out, and now we play knight to c7, and now black is getting ready to long castle and just launch a huge attack at white, and white is not really doing anything. Bishop to d2, so, this is just normal stuff. Queen slides back because it doesn't want to be, because they don't want to lose a tempo trying to move, obviously. Knight to h4, the bishop goes back, so if white would have taken the bishop, you probably would have taken with the h-pawn, because then you have eyes on the h-pawn with the rook. And notice black hasn't castled yet. That's because they don't need to, because the black king is very safe. Now we have queen to b6 check, and now we have h6, f5, e takes. Again, these guys are 1950 at the time of when this game was played. So this is some high-rated stuff here. So and I don't know. I'm really glad that he allowed me to do this. So I think we can all learn something from these games. Knight takes on f5, bishop takes, rook takes. So we just have a trade there. And now we have long castles, which is, probably one of the better ways. I wouldn't have castled short because there's too many kind of scary looking things here with the bishops, the queen over here, the rook, you can bring the other rook. I wouldn't have done that. But long castles is very nice because the king can always hide away on this diagonal and even farther. So, I I'm not going to say I would have done the same thing because it's easy saying that looking at this game, but it does make more sense. Now a5, white is just kind of provoking, and the pawn on b2 is hanging, but I wouldn't take it. Instead, Spencer goes queen to d4, and now the rook goes back to f1. So I don't really know what white is doing. To be honest, I don't really know what white is doing at all. Now g5, so just taking more space. It would be kind of nice if black were to replace, again, white has two bishops and black has 2 knights, so it's different. So if white would have had the 2 bishops and a knight, and white would have just had the light squared bishop or something, I would have preferred if black, it would be good to replace the, I guess, again, this is all just common knowledge, but it would be good to, if your opponent just has 1 bishop, it would be good to place your pawns on the square that does not complement it, which means place it on the same color. Okay, but again, white has 2 bishops and black has 2 knights, so it's fine here. It doesn't cause anything bad. It's fine. Now bishop to f3. The queen slides back, threatening a mate. The king slides over. There could be some pretty nasty things here, I think. Black goes queen to h2 check. Here, bishop g3. Anything else would work? I don't think so. I think this is probably good. Now bishop to g3. King to e2. Rook to e8 check. Knight blocks, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, so we have a rook sack for this. And now black is just winning because they are up a rook for a knight and a pawn. Knight c5 check, king c4, queen takes, and now black is kind of just taking stuff. Queen takes c4 check, king takes c5, bishop d6 check, and here actually white resigns. The point of this is that if white would have taken, you probably just go here. And after this, there's that. That's a mate. Okay, so there's mate in like 3. So this is a very nice game to start off on. Again, this is the game he wanted me to start with, and it was very well played. White, black took advantage of white's mistakes out of the opening. And white played this Scandinavian in kind of a strange way. Honestly, I also feel like my camera is kind of dark. Sorry. Let me just brighten this a little bit. Maybe that's better. Sorry about that. That could be kind of ugly. Sorry about that. My thing is kind of going crazy. Yeah, white just played this in a weird way, and black just took advantage of that, honestly. Black played the opening very well. Yeah, there's really nothing else I could say. I'm glad that black didn't take the pawn on b2. That would have just been bad. And I think black just took advantage of white's mistakes. They were up the exchange, and white resigned. So, it was a very nice first game here. And let's just get into game 2. Okay, guys, so I should have put this game first. My bad. Now Spencer is down to 1903. This game was, when was this game played? Sorry, 13th. So, the day of posting this, today is the 13th, so this game was played today. But, oh, yeah, his opponent, so he's 1903 now, and his opponent is, I guess we're talking about years now. 1903, and his opponent is Northbrew, and he's 1885. Northbrew sounds like some kind of Midwest mountain style coffee shop. Like, you should have a coffee shop named Northbrew. That would be kind of dope. That'd be kind of dope name, honestly. Again, Spencer's playing with the black pieces, and actually, maybe we even have. Do we have more than another? Do we have another game? We have another game. Okay. I think I got a couple more games, so if you guys want to see more, I got more. Here we go. C4, knight to f6. White plays English opening. We have the King's Indian. Knight to c6. The white, there's there's just so many variations of the King's Indian. The way I would play this, again, don't take it from me. I'm just, 1,000, whatever. But white goes knight to c3. I would see. It's kind of tricky here in English. I don't play King's Indian a lot against. I usually play e5 against English, but I would probably go for my normal d6, d7, or bring the bishop out and then d7 here. Castles, rook here, push. That's my main thing against d4. But again, it's different here. Anyway, knight to c6, and now e4 and e5 and knight to e2, d6, just bringing out what I like so much about Spencer's games, especially, is that for a lot of us, this is totally true for me, but when I was first starting out, it's so hard. I don't know why, but it was so hard for me to get all my pieces out from the beginning. And what I like so much about these games is that these guys are just good about developing all their pieces. They're just good about that. And they don't block in their pieces. They make sure to, if one bishop is gonna be blocked, then they fianchetto it, and then they bring the other one out, which is what I really like. And again, this is good. I like knight e6, bishop e6 a lot, because you should not be trading a bishop for a knight unless you have a reason to, right? b3 now. It's obvious. A lot of these moves are just obvious moves. Okay, they make sense, right? You want to fianchetto the bishop. Short castle by black, and instead of the fianchetto right away, we have f4, e takes, g takes, and now knight to h5. Yeah, again, there's, man, I don't know. This move is most likely preparing f5, I would assume, but yeah, it's okay. Okay, yep, this makes sense. G takes, and then E takes, and bishop goes back because you'd lose the bishop. And now D4. King to H8. Knight to D5. This goes back. See, white knows not to trade too, right? Because this would end up with black with a nice position. So a5, queen to d2, knight to b4. So planting that knight on the very nice square. But wouldn't you just lose a pawn here, or not? Am I missing something? Maybe white just didn't want to do that. Maybe it was they were kind of I don't know. Instead, knight f4, and c6. You take here, take, and here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. There's a free bishop here, but you would just get giga demolished here, so you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that. Okay, anyway, makes sense. 95, bishop g5, takes here, good. Okay, now white is fine, or black is fine. Yep, good, check. Knight g3, f6, a3, bring the knight, king, bishop, good. These all make sense here. Good. Trade it. Now it's good. Now it's just, it's pretty easy. King to f3, knight to 7, here, trade, boom, easy peasy. This is just easy stuff. I mean, it's even, but this is just easy stuff, I think. Now b6, so just control the pawns. Knight e4, take bishop here first. So if you take here, and now here, and now you just hunt the pawns. Easy, take there, boom, check, go back, and his opponent resigns. North Brew, Mr. Northwestern Coffee Shop in the mountains resigns. And actually, Spencer's rating goes up to 1903 in this one. So he was actually he got down lower than 1900 before this game, and then he went up to 1903. So that's what that is, if you're wondering. Okay, lots of things we can learn from this game, I would say. Yeah. First of all, in a game that is like this, where it's really open and like stuff like this, I like the way he played it. Again, I'm not familiar with these kind of English King's Indian positions, because I don't play the King's Indian. I play e5 and knight c6, all that stuff. I play the normal reverse Sicilian, so I'm not very familiar with that. If you guys would like to enlighten me in some way, please feel free, because I don't really play this with black. But I mean, hey, if it works for you, then it works for you. So, yeah. But a lot of good moments from the game. Kind of a few, this game I think made a lot of sense. This game, like 99% of this game just totally made sense. The other 1% is left up to whatever didn't make sense, which I couldn't even find anything. So, again, this game the moves made sense. I felt like it was being played in a relatively, straightforward and normal way. The moves were all just, again, these are 1900 ELO players, so it's not like they're going to be blundering on move 3 with their queen, but who knows what else. Again, I don't really know why White would have resigned. I don't really know, because the Black King is kind of stuck. And I assume it was after this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why White resigned, but yeah, I think these are very instructional games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these ones. I'll show you one more, I guess. Let me find one. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So now in this game, he is, sorry, welcome to edits. I'll have to do this right now. His name is I think that's it. I don't care if it isn't. I doubt he's watching this. And now Spencer is 1910. There we go. So the War of 1910 and 1914. Here we go. So World War II and whatever happened in 1910. Okay. And now he's playing. Oh, he's still playing. Wow, I found a lot of games he's playing with the black pieces. Holy cow. Okay, anyway. We have another Scandi. Take here. Now we have d4, which we didn't see before. e5. Take, check. Yep, here, good. Okay. Bishop e6, knight d2, long castles, which is, I kind of like that one. Knight ef3, bishop d6, and this is something that I think is so important for beginner slash early intermediate slash intermediate players to understand, is that when you are faced with the opportunity to trade pieces, that doesn't mean you are forced to trade pieces. Okay? That does not mean you are forced to trade pieces. Just like here, right? You don't need to, because white wants to trade the knights, right? But this just opens an opportunity for black to develop a bishop. So just take that in mind, right? Yeah, this is fine. Knight f6, now he's just developing, and that's one thing I really like. Again, like I said in the last game, they really know how to take advantage of their pieces. See, he's bringing every piece to the party, right? Every piece. Now h5, now he's going uber aggressive. h4, right? These moves like make sense. So Yeah, they trade some pieces. Now we have this. Now this and this and this and this, and yeah, I mean now he is he's up a pawn. But I mean white is doing some things too. Bishop goes back to e2. Now king b8. Here. 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 Okay. Okay, I guess they didn't want to be hit with this, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, this. And this. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what they didn't want to happen, because I don't think they would have liked that if they would have been checkmated in like 5 moves, because that's probably what happened. So instead we have rook to e7, and now rook takes b2, rook ff7 here, here. But now you kind of have to be careful, I think, with black, because both rooks are down there on the e and the 6th and 7th rank, so you definitely need to be careful. You go knight to b5. Now bishop to g4. Now the rooks are there on the same file, so you definitely need to be careful. Here, here, here. Okay, okay, this makes sense, yeah, because if they would have taken, obviously you probably would have gone there, and there, and it's the same thing, except there. You can figure it out later. I'm not doing that right now. Anyway, where are we? Here we go. Okay, knight takes g2, that makes sense. Instead, rook to b7, rook takes b7 check, and white picks up the rook. And our Spencer Jester friend resigns because they are down a rook, which is you know, a bummer. He played very well, and Mr. Pitbulia, you know, he played okay, but yeah, I don't know. It was a good game. He played the Scandi very weird. I've never seen this before. Let me just scan through it quick. Yeah, again, he just played it kind of strangely, but you know, what can you say? It was well played, I would say, for the most part. Most of the moves made sense at some, you know, somewhat. But yeah, I gotta give kudos to him for allowing me to do this, and I had fun doing it. I had fun going over the games, so thank you, Spencer, and maybe I'll do some more games in the future if you would allow me to. And let me just move this. So yeah, I had a blast doing this. Hope you guys enjoyed. You can subscribe over here, check out the videos over here. That's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. That's it. See you guys.